This morning, everyone's going to be talking about the Super Bowl, of course, and a big part of that is the commercials. They become one of the biggest parts of the game, and those spots do not come cheap. $7 million for 30 seconds. Marketing and branding expert Alix Barasch joins us this morning for a little post-game commercial analysis. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, favorite ad?
So I'm going relatable. I'm going with the heart. Amazon's ad showing a dog kind of terrorizing the family's home. We can all relate to that.
Yep.
But then instead of getting rid of him at the end, they decide to order a crate from Amazon and bring home his little friend. So that was my favorite in the end.
It was quite the turn, because at first you were thinking they're getting a kennel, they're going to send him away or something, and then but it was confusing. It was like, wait, can you get a dog from Amazon now?
Right, exactly.
But it was the crate.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's true. It is Amazon. What were some themes that you noticed this year?
Yeah, some constants, the usual themes of celebrities, of course. Probably 2/3 of the commercials had celebs. Also, nostalgia was big.
Yeah.
Another personal favorite was the Popcorners Breaking Bad commercial, but also Alicia Silverstone representing Cher for Rakuten, and John Travolta singing a little Grease number. Those were all good examples of nostalgia. So I'd say those are some good trends, as well as just the relatability, the heart. Those are the things that really stick out in consumers' mind and are memorable.
Yeah, I loved the throwback ones. Of course, you mentioned the Clueless one, of course, the John Travolta one, which was really great. Do you think any missed the mark?
It's interesting. I think that whenever, coming from a marketing perspective, if you have great creative, but you don't actually kind of get consumers to remember what your commercial represents, the brand, the attributes, or the product, it can miss the mark. So for me, there were a few like that that were a little too abstract. One that I loved creative-wise was the Workday commercial with all of the rock stars. In the end, I found a lot of my students and family members wondering, what is Workday actually? What does it actually do? So there's some that can, stay in your mind temporarily, but then as time fades, you have to actually connect it with something that the brand cares about.
What about the Tubi one? That one where everyone thought someone sat on the remote control, but you remember it.
It's incredible. Yep, we'll be talking about that one next year. There's always one that breaks the internet, and last year it was a floating QR code. This year, it's definitely Tubi, making everybody think somebody stole the remote control, and as well as just kind of big rabbits taking over, and everybody's wondering what's going on. In the end, they were creating brand awareness. People wanted to have it top of mind. Now people will know what Tubi is moving forward.
Yeah.
And so that is a winning strategy.
I turned to Jordan. I was like, Jordan, did you sit on the remote? He's like, no, I'm sure everyone did that. But you're right. I remember Coinbase last year with the QR code, and everyone was like, what happened?
Yep.
But it left you talking.
Yep.
Big takeaways. Where do you think this is going to go?
Yeah, a few kind of trends and where I think things are heading with the Super Bowl. First of all would be the teasers of the commercials. I kind of think of them as like movie trailers.
Yeah.
Now you get a story over time, you get mystery, celeb reveals, as well as we're going to see continued messaging over the next months and year. And then there's also just the integrative strategy with social media. So that really was enhanced this year. Generation Z is mostly on TikTok during the game, and they're going to be following the brands like Doritos that had a integrative connection with rappers and asking people to make their own dances.
Yeah.
Those are things that are going to also stick in people's minds.
That's if TikTok sticks around.
There's
There's that.
one too.
Great insight. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming in.